Shots fired inside a Poway synagogue.
He was just focused to kill. You saw the hate and you saw the murder in his eyes.
Families running for their lives as a gunman opens fire with an AR-15.
Then I saw him shooting in our lady that she passed away. Terrible feeling, what can I say?
One person, a wife and mother, left dead.
In honor of my extraordinary dear mother, my best friend, my greatest advocate, my dancing partner.
Another 3 people, including an 8-year-old girl, injured.
My granddaughter is looking at me crying. Grandpa, you're bleeding, what's happening? They shouldn't have to hear gunshots in a synagogue, in a house of worship.
We're learning more about the 19-year-old suspected gunman who was chased out by an Army veteran.
Glad that I was able to, if I saved a life, it's if I saved 1 million lives. I'm happy that I did that.
We have team coverage on all the new developments surrounding this shooting right now on Fox 5 News.
Live from San Diego, this is the Fox 5 News at 10.
Thousands of people made up of multiple faiths come together tonight as we learn more about the deadly synagogue shooting. The FBI confirming today they received a tip about Saturday's deadly attack just minutes before the gunman opened fire. The 19-year-old college student who admitted to the attack in an online letter is also linked to vandalism at a mosque in Escondido that happened about a month ago. He is expected to be in court tomorrow to face all the charges against him. 60-year-old Lori Kay was killed in the shooting. Today, she was remembered by friends and family.
She went very quickly, and she did not suffer. She went straight up.
We have team coverage from the vigil at Poway High School to Lori Kay's graveside service in Sorrento Valley. We start with Fox 5's Jeff McAdams. He's live in Poway where the vigil was held tonight. Jeff.
Yeah, I think many people came here tonight expecting a somber mood, and there certainly was a bit of that at times, but it quickly turned into something more, something uplifting, at times even laughter. People left here tonight with a sense of encouragement.
Look at you. You are beautiful.
Before the sun set, nearly every seat in the stadium was filled. People of the Jewish, Christian, Muslim faith. People of Poway.
We are all one family on this one planet.
Sad. I was feeling sad.
Scott Cohen speaks for most here Monday night when he says he's got a heavy heart.
And the message is clear and it's true, and I agree. You know, there is no room for hate, and it does start with each and every one of us.
In moments tonight when an even higher message prevailed, spoken by multiple faiths.
You asked the Baptist Pentecostal preacher to come and to speak for only 3 minutes. Okay, I'll try that. I want you to turn to that person that's next to you. And I want the 4,000 people that are in here tonight to say I love you to that person that's next to you.
Hate is so divisive, and this is really about turning to one another. And I think it was one of the pastors said, you know, we have to tell each other we love each other. And so I just feel really connected and we belong to each other.
It's been a difficult 72 hours. A gunman walked into the Chabad of Poway Saturday and injured 3 with an assault rifle, also taking the life of Lori Kay. The shooter, just 19 years old. It was a point of emphasis that Monday night's community gathering be at Poway High School, where young minds are molded to try and remind one another that there's no place for hate.
This land was made for you and me.
And so it was only fitting that a community grasping for strength wrapped its arms around one another to show love.
Everyone's having their arms around each other and singing "This land is your land" is just really inspiring. And I feel like in times like this, you can't help, you have to be inspired, otherwise it can be really tough.
Together, full voice.
And a wonderful message to be left here tonight. Love is the answer. The rabbi said if people wanted to be here tonight and they couldn't make it, just make some time for your family this week. He said just take a moment to cherish the things that you do have, to appreciate life. Live here at Poway High School, Jeff McAdam, Fox 5 News.
Some poignant reminders, Jeff, thank you. Lori Kay was in the synagogue with her husband and daughter when the shooting started. This afternoon, she was remembered as a pioneer of Chabad who helped get the loan to build the synagogue. Lori's 22-year-old daughter spoke about her at a memorial service earlier today, saying the moment she sacrificed herself, she forgave the shooter for his violence.
No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love.
After the memorial service, loved ones made their way to El Camino Memorial Park to lay Kay to rest. Our Kasha Gregorczyk was there and joins us live from the Memorial Park this evening. Kasha.
And Kathleen, as you can imagine, it was a very emotional burial, but it was filled with faith and strength as they sent Kay to her final resting place. Like the dirt that poured over Lori Gilbert Kay's casket.
Lori. We're not saying goodbye.
Raw, heart-wrenching emotion poured out of the people closest to her.
It's easy to have a fleeting minute of inspiration. Let us all who are inspired by this great woman, let us take it home. Let us all strive to continue to grow.
The 60-year-old was a loving mother, wife, friend. Kay was synonymous with kindness.
You're following the footsteps of great martyrs of all history.
It was the final goodbye for the woman so selfless, she gave her life at the Chabad of Poway Saturday, protecting her rabbi.
Your life was sacrificed. My life was spared. And I promise you, Lori, it wasn't in vain. But we're going to grow from this. We're going to build from this.
So with the words of the Torah,
though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for you are with me.
And songs of prayer, loved ones not only held on to each other, but to the belief they will see Kay again someday.
May her soul rest in peace.
Kasha Gregorczyk, Fox 5 News.
She won't soon be forgotten. We should learn a lot more about the suspected gunman in this case during his first appearance in court tomorrow. Our Phil Blauer is here at the table with the charges 19-year-old John T. Ernest will be facing.
Well, Kathleen, he's being charged with a count of murder with hate crime and gun allegations and 3 counts of attempted murder with hate crime and gun allegations. He's also being charged with arson of a house of worship that connects him to a fire last month at an Escondido mosque. Now, we learned that he was a lifeguard at the Y in Rancho Penasquitos and was employed there from May through September of last year. His family, through an attorney, released a statement expressing their condolences to the victims and survivors, as well as sadness, shock, and remorse for the anguish and grief their son left behind. That statement reads in part, like our other 5 children, he was raised in a family, a faith, and a community that all rejected hate and taught that love must be the motive for everything that we do. How our son was attracted to such darkness is a terrifying mystery to us, though we are confident that law enforcement will uncover many details of the path that he took to this evil and despicable act. Now, we're also told that he's eligible for the death penalty, but considering Governor Gavin Newsom's moratorium on capital punishment, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. And Kathleen, it's going to be very crowded in that courtroom downtown tomorrow, to be sure. Again, this is happening at 1 o'clock. Again, downtown San Diego. We'll be there.
And I would assume heightened security.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to have, the families likely to be there of the victims, also of obviously the defendant, and usually the bailiffs surround that courtroom to make sure. And this has national press coverage, so it's going to be very, very crowded down there too.
All right, and Fox 5 will be there as well. Thank you so much, Phil. The FBI has confirmed with Fox 5 they received tips about Saturday's attack just minutes before the gunman opened fire. And Jason Sloss talked with one of the handful of people who saw the threat online, which was only up for a matter of minutes.
A 25-year-old man from San Bernardino County who wishes to remain anonymous tells Fox 5 he got online just after 11 Saturday morning and went to a controversial message board and almost immediately noticed a post from the Poway Synagogue shooter.
It reminded me of the New Zealand shooter's threat.
He says he saw the manifesto, and the posters claim that he started the recent mosque fire in Escondido.
When I saw in the manifesto that he had posted that he referenced attacking a mosque in Escondido and setting it on fire. And when I validated that, that convinced me to make the call.
At 11:07, he posted this on Twitter, a picture of the shooter's message, and saying he was trying to figure out how to report it. He says he called the FBI at 11:15 and that the person he talked with took the call seriously.
The woman on the FBI hotline was familiar with the website, which surprised me, and took down all the information right away and was very professional and very fast.
But there wasn't enough time to chase down leads. The shooting at the synagogue started just minutes later.
I was appalled and upset and literally in shock with my heart racing. It seemed very real because I had seen the post on the internet. It almost made it more real than the other events because I felt like I was somehow involved.
Jason Sloss, Fox 5 News.
The Poway shooting is just the latest in a recent rash of religiously motivated attacks across the country. In fact, it came 6 months exactly after the Pittsburgh Tree of Life Synagogue shooting, which left 11 people dead. The Poway shooting suspect also claimed to be behind a fire at an Escondido mosque a month ago. And last week, police say an Army veteran in the Bay Area intentionally drove into 8 people he thought were Muslim. On Easter, 253 people were killed in Sri Lanka, church bombings there. At the start of the month, 3 churches in St. Landry, Louisiana were set on fire. And in mid-March, the deadly mosque shootings in New Zealand, in which 50 people were killed. And we invite you to stay with our coverage here on Fox 5, both on air and online, to get up-to-the-minute developments on the deadly synagogue shootings in Poway, as well as other breaking news alerts by downloading the Fox 5 app. There's still some